The truth hurts. Maybe not as much as jumping on a bicycle with a seat missing, but it hurts. Ladies, gentlemen, and variations thereupon, this is Modern Escapism. Hello, my name is Oodles. Relax while I gently ease you into our cult of procrastination. Joining me today, B stands for boisterous, beguiling, and bigot, but to us, it stands for Biggie. Hello!
Big it up! Big it up!
Also, C stands for crotch, coming, and cocksure, but to us, it stands for candy.
I can also think of something else it stands for.
Yes, so can I.
Crabs.
G stands for gallop, gorgeous, and gargoyle, but to us, it stands for gadget.
You know, I'll take those. I'm happy with that.
Better than crab.
And last, but by no means least, S stands for sausage, stickleback, and supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, but to us, it stands for Stig. He may or may not be joining us on this episode. He might pop in whenever he wants.
Where the fuck is he?
Where is he? He's late. He could just pop in at any time, so expect that. Maybe near the end. But
Or maybe
if he doesn't
got
turn
the
up,
shits.
No. He's here somewhere. But you're back, Biggie. How are you, mate? I ain't seen you since last year. I can't see you now. Your camera's not working.
Yeah, I'm about 90%, I think. I still got a bit of a cough that I had, which was why I was off last week. I had a fever and stuff. So, yeah, hopefully I'm all right now. Thank you. I missed everybody, but I enjoyed the pod anyway.
Yes, we missed you too.
Good. I'm glad you're on the mend. I'm still as poorly as I've been since August, I think. Just having the death rattle year now. This is the end.
Yeah, I'll try and mute my my mic if I start to have a cough thing going on. So.
It's killing me, man. Every time I start laughing, it hurts. But it's all good. Candy, you good?
I'm all right. Feeling healthy, actually. Pretty good.
All right, rub it in.
Yeah, there's a bit of smugness around that, wasn't there?
A little bit.
Yeah, I'm good. Apart from my knees hurt from the gym today, but other than that, that's just me getting old and lifting heavy weights.
Oh, it was knee day, was it?
It was squats, Romanian deadlifts, and those squats where you put one foot up on the bench.
Oh,
it was awful.
My knee just cracked thinking about that.
Yeah, my left knee is not happy right now. I'm old and cold and falling to bits.
I've got a pro tip for that, by the way.
Don't do it.
Don't fucking go.
Yeah. Brap. And Stig, how are you doing? I'm all right, me. I'm Stig. Excellent. Brilliant. I'm glad you're all right, pal. Right. Let's just get on with the show. And it's time for the first ever this year official Biggie's Breaking News featuring Biggie. Yes.
You may already know, but he doesn't, because it's time for Biggie's Breaking News.
Okay. All the patrons, 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 now put your money up. Back on the pod, I just spoke up. I'm doing my own little thing. Decided to dip, now you want to trip, cause another listener noticed me. I'm up on them, they're up on me. Don't pay them any attention. Just have my news for 3 good years. You can't be mad at me. Cause if you like my news, you put an ear to it. If you like my news, you put an ear to it. Don't be mad once you see the biggies on it. If you like my news, then you should put an ear to it. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh.
Do you know what's even funny about that? The fact that I know you were dancing then and we can't see him because his camera don't work.
And I
that is
actually
the worst
was.
bit.
I even put on a black leotard for it as well.
I bet you did. Oh, and I bet you look gorgeous. But we'll never know. Come on, what's been happening in the world of entertainment?
Well, Rocksteady lifts Suicide Squad Alpha NDA in apparent bid to counter damning previews. So, final previews for Rocksteady's up-and-coming action game Suicide Squad Kill the Justice were muted, and the knives apparently be out from many mainstream outlets. The reception has seemingly blunted the game's marketing momentum, and the powers at Warner Brothers have made the unorthodox, seemingly unprecedented decision to prematurely lift the non-disclosure agreement binding players of November's closed alpha test. They announced it on Twitter. Rocksteady have encouraged players who took part to share their own experiences of the game. It's quite a risky move, but the developers created a digital bat signal broadcasting an open call to action. To the amazing players who tested the game, please feel free to talk and write about your gameplay experience.
And everyone said it's shit.
Confident. I mean, they must be pretty confident it's improved. But at the same time, the reviews can't really have got much worse than they did originally.
There was some previews earlier in the week, like a press preview event, and the press weren't happy with it. IGN came out saying that they didn't enjoy it, but then IGN put a video out saying that they really didn't like the Flash boss fight because he was too fast. So I'm wondering if this is going to be like that whole Cuphead thing again with that, where the guy couldn't get out of the tutorial.
The Flash is too fast. What idiots. I think the problem is people are expecting this game to be something it's not. They're expecting it to be
another
new
Batman game.
Yeah, and it's clearly that. The only thing that's really putting me off is that you've got these like iconic characters and they're all just shooting generic guns. Makes no sense to me.
You would think Captain Boomerang would be using his boomerang more.
And yeah, it's just, I mean, Harley Quinn's got a bat and stuff like that, but they're all just shooting like guns. It makes no sense. But you've got to wait, haven't you? You've got to wait. You can't judge a trailer by its gameplay or book by its cover, whatever you want to say. Let's see what happens when that comes out at a massive 72% Metacritic when it does.
You think it's going to get that high?
It's a weird one, isn't it? Because I
think 72.
I played Arkham Asylum, City, really enjoyed them. I didn't finish Batman, what was it, Gotham Knight, or whatever it's called?
Arkham Knight.
That's it. But yeah, I sort of started getting into it, but I didn't like the controls of the Batmobile. But they generally are good at what they do. But because they've gone off slightly kilter and everyone's just kicked off about it, haven't they? It's like a live service sort of idea, isn't it?
I just think people's nostalgia for those Arkham games clouding them a little bit. They were really good at the time, but if you play them now, they're not on the level of like Spider-Man 2 or anything like that. Do you know what I mean? They're just not.
Arkham Asylum holds up. City's pretty good. Arkham Knight suffered because it had a lot of really good stuff in it, but then they just forced you too much into the Batmobile.
You weren't in the Batmobile that much in that game.
Yeah, you fucking were.
You weren't.
The final boss fight was all in the Batmobile. All the Riddler trophies you got through the fucking Batmobile.
I suppose
the majority of that game that I played so far, where I got to, was pretty much in the Batmobile.
I didn't mind it. I like them all, but I never loved them all.
It's not a bad game. Arkham Knight isn't a bad game. It just could have been better if you weren't in the Bat tank all the time.
Yeah. Oh, you weren't playing it on PC.
Or you weren't playing on PC. Thank God for that.
But yeah, let's see what happens to Kill the Justice League. Whatever. Next.
Grounded 2 documentary will spill the beans, on the making of The Last of Us 2. Naughty Dog has announced the Grounding 2 documentary, shining a light on the production of its mega sequel. As the video outlines, the documentary project began in 2018, but was abandoned due to COVID-19 pandemic. Now, the footage has finally been edited down, and it looks like it will touch on some of the sore subjects for the studio, such as the crunch and, of course, the infamous leaks. The full doc will be available to watch on YouTube for free once it launches, although there's no specific date, and it is a follow-up, of course, to the making of The Last of Us 1.
The thing is, Neil Druckmann, out of all creative leads, he doesn't shy away from the dark side of it, does he? He didn't on the last Grounded documentary. He was like,
I'm not seeing it. Is it good?
There was crunch. He was like, there was crunch, and if we wanted to make it work, this is what we did. You know what I mean? There was no like, I don't know. There was no. Did you see the God of War on the Cory Barlog one? And he was like saying, "Oh, we all love to be in. We all love doing extra shifts." I'm like, I'm sure they didn't. Sure they didn't, son. But yeah, Neil Druckmann's never been like afraid to be like, this is the dark side of our industry. So I think, I don't know. Let's see if it is warts and all.
The problem is he can say that, but he also then participates in it.
Yeah, that's the problem, isn't it? It's like, it doesn't make it right just because you've said it.
Yeah, like you can acknowledge that it's a bad thing and not do it.
And not do it. Exactly.
Like
do what Team Cherry's doing. Having a 4-year holiday.
The only reason you have crunch in any form of software development is if you've managed the project poorly.
That's what I think. Yeah, if you've gone way over schedule, you've not planned it.
Yeah.
And then the board's just going, come on, we need this game out.
Yeah, crunch is a project management issue, not a developer issue.
Correct. But yeah, no, looking forward to that. Do you know the remaster of 2? Do I have to pay full whack for that?
No.
It's like a tenner upgrade.
Into that. Fucking into that.
It's time. Time to do it.
Love that. Love that for me. Love that. Next.
There's rumours of a Gears of War collection. It's been talked about in the gaming community. Rumours have been suggesting it's currently being tested internally by the Coalition. This collection is reported to be a remastered series of classic Gears of War games, possibly recreated using the Unreal Engine 5. There's no specifics of the collection, but it's anticipated to include the Ultimate Edition, Gears 2, 3, 4, and Judgment recreations.
Is that coming on PlayStation?
Apparently the news... Yeah, if only. I've not played any of them, so I'd love to have a crack.
I haven't. I'd have a blast on them if I ever got a chance. I mean, I had the chance for a year.
1, 2, and 3 are great games. 4's all right. It was kind of a reboot. Judgment's fucking terrible.
I fell off.
I watched you, Stig, and Deadbeat Punk, I believe, play the DLC of one of them, and it looked good.
5, yeah. Yeah,
it looked good.
Busters.
It looked fun.
Yeah, no, 5's really good.
You did. Good.
Yeah, definitely the first trilogies. They're excellent. Judgment's so bad.
Is it? Is it just really shit?
Yeah, it's like a post.
Did it lose its way?
Kind of, because you don't play as Marcus Phoenix in it, and he's not actually. I can't remember if he's actually in the game at all. But it's like they've tried to set it up as like a court martial, and so then you're going through like the actions which caused like some horrendous atrocity that they did.
Flashbacks.
So it's all flashbacks, and it's just
Gears of War, the courtroom drama.
Yeah, and with like 2 characters, like with a handful of characters that you don't really give a shit about.
Oh, fair enough. I do like third person, like shoot 'em up, so I reckon I'd enjoy that. One day I'll get an Xbox.
I think given that Gears of War kind of created the cover shooter genre, it does it the best.
Yeah, absolutely. Nothing bad to say about it whatsoever. Cool. Next.
Naoki Yoshida thinks that Final Fantasy XVII should be directed by someone new. Yoshida was interviewed by Sony's Shuhei Yoshida on the Game Maker's Notebook podcast and candidly discussed development of Final Fantasy XIV and 16, as well as the future of the series. When jokingly asked if he's directing number 17, Yoshida replied that nothing had been decided yet. I've had the chance to work on 2 of these, 14 and 16, so maybe it's time for someone new, instead of having the same old guys handle the next one. I think in some ways it'd be good to have a look to the future and bring in a younger generation with more youthful sensibilities to make a new Final Fantasy with challenges that suit today's world.
I agree with him.
I fully agree with that. Yeah, I think so.
How can you argue
I think
with
like
that?
even 16 didn't quite. I still I loved it. I still don't think it quite met the heyday of Final Fantasy 7, 8. But if 6, 7, 8, 9, if they came out now, it wouldn't hit as hard as it did back then. It just because times have changed and the audience has changed, and people have. I think it's they need to live up to the Western sensibilities.
Do you know what they need to do?
Which,
if they wanted to be brave, make the next mainline game a turn-based game.
Yeah.
Go back.
I think people will be up for it.
Yeah,
Go
that'd be
back.
cool.
Just try it. Just try it, because there's been a bit of a resurgence of turn-based RPGs again. Try it.
Or do that
Try it.
Dragon Quest thing that they do.
Yeah, the Dragon Quest where it kind of tricks you into believing it's not turn-based.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it
So
absolutely
Final
is.
Fantasy 12.
12, yeah, basically. 12's my last favourite one, so...
12's immense.
Yeah, that's the one that we're like, can we make it fast but also turn-based? Let's look at our brethren there at the side, these online massive multiplayer games that do that exact thing. but let's make that for single player. And it worked incredibly. But I just don't think they dare. I don't think they'd feel like a step back, wouldn't they? But it wouldn't be to me. It wouldn't be to the diehard fans. We like a turn-based game.
Love a turn-based game.
See what happens. That's what I'd do. But that's going to be 10 years till we see next mainline Final Fantasy.
Kingdom Hearts first, surely.
Give up.
And Rebirth.
God, what a series that's shockingly bad. I'm going to whack you with my key. Oh, no. How could that
It's got loads of fans, that, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just because of the
The first one
cosplay.
was awesome.
They're wrong.
Because they're wrong, yeah. Oh, when you're getting whacked by a big key, you're going, that fucking
How
hurt.
heavy. Bonk.
I'm not dead, but that hurt.
I don't know. I kind of think that key might kill you if he gets a headshot.
Yeah, true. It's hot. It's quite thick, isn't it?
It's made of fucking metal. It's a bat. It's not
Anyway,
a blade. It's certainly not a blade.
The OG Final Fantasy VII Rebirth's out in a few weeks, so let's just concentrate on that, yeah?
Yeah.
Let's just concentrate on that. That's going to be spellbinding. Next.
Hyperkin has made a handheld Sega Genesis that plays original carts. The Mega 95 is equipped with a 5-inch screen. It can be docked to a TV if you want to play on a big screen with additional controllers plugged in.
Who's still got the Mega Drive games?
I have no idea.
Anyone?
Nope.
Probably CEX.
CX, and they probably charge you, what, 80 quid minimum for so much shit? It's got to be expensive, hasn't it, for Mega Drive cartridges now?
Let's have a look.
Unless they've got 4,500 fucking copies of Echo the Dolphin that nobody wants. God.
RoboCop versus Terminator without the manual, £28.
This is too much. That's too much money.
Micro Machines 2 Turbo Tournament, which was a banger, £12.
Good game. That's worth 12 quid.
Yeah.
That's the one with the table, the table and the bathtub and stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, Sonic 3 without manual box, £32.
That's too much money. God. It's too much money.
Street Fighter 2 Special Champion Edition, 20 quid.
Yeah. God, that's all right.
That's Champion.
That's the one with T-Arc in it.
Yeah. Streets of Rage 2, 28 quid. That's a lot for Streets of Rage 2.
Yeah.
Hang on. So, what's the highest price?
Rocket Knight's Adventure. That's the best Mega Drive game.
Fatal Fury 2, the Aussie PAL edition, 750 quid.
Oh, what? Well, there you go. There you go. There you go.
Pirates of Dark Water, 480. Death and Return of Superman, 450.
Yummy.
Mega Man, the Wily Wars in mint condition, 420 quid.
Mega Man on Mega Drive? I don't think so.
Yeah.
That don't work. Right. Don't think so. This is a waste of money. That's all I can say. Unless you've still got loads of Mega Drive games floating about. Or Genesis, if you're from America.
Mint condition Echo the Dolphin, 250 quid.
Have you ever played Echo the Dolphin? It's shite.
Shit, it's so bad.
It's so bad.
I used to love it.
And the last boss you fight is Xenomorph. Makes no sense.
It's not, is it?
Yes! You Google last boss on Echo the Dolphin now and look at the images. It's a fucking Xenomorph.
I don't think I ever got past the first area.
Nobody did.
Nobody did. It's just one of those known things that you fight a Xenomorph at the end. It's fucking ridiculous. What a ridiculous console as well. Ugh.
Oh, no, don't be like that. I love my Mega Drive.
Because that's all you had, because you were white trash.
Oh, wow.
PC.
Yeah, I've just had a look.
You seen the Xenomorph?
It had blast processing.
Did it have blast processing? Of course. Sure, hon. Sure, hon. Cool. Yeah, get that if you're a weirdo. Good luck to you. Next.
Over to the world of film and TV. Golden Globes 2024. Oppenheimer and Succession swept up.
Didn't they?
So Oppenheimer was the big winner, taking home 5 awards, including the top prize. Cillian Murphy and Robert Downey Jr. were both
Cillian Murphy.
were both recognised for their acting performances, while Christopher Nolan won Best Director. Succession, yes, scored the most wins in the TV categories following its acclaimed fourth and final season. Barbie won the inaugural Box Office Achievement Award after grossing $1.4 billion worldwide. There were 2 wins for Anatomy of a Fall, The Holdovers and Poor Things, and 1 for Scorsese's Killers of the Flower Moon. And the latter film stars Lily Gladstone was named Best Drama Actress, making her the first Indigenous person to win the award, something she described as historic.
It is.
The thing is, the only thing anyone was talking about was Joe Coy and his terrible comedy.
You know what? I've not seen a second of his act. Wasn't it Ricky Gervais originally who did it last few?
He used to do it.
No, Ricky Gervais did it like 5 times. He hasn't done it in quite a while.
Oh, and I used to rip into people and they hated it, didn't they?
Well, yeah, Ricky Gervais was deliberately belligerent with the audience, but in a way that was funny.
Yeah, people were laughing.
Yeah, whereas Joe Coy was making like sexist jokes about Barbie.
Great.
I think
what we need.
One of his jokes was Oppenheimer was based on a 742-page Pulitzer Prize-winning book, whereas Barbie is a doll with big boobies. That was literally the joke.
Do you notice how nobody laughed then?
Nobody laughed there.
That's not funny, Mr. Joe Cole, or whatever it's called.
In fact, Greta Gerwig was scowling at him.
You know, no one getting wrong side of Greta Gerwig.
The only thing possibly in his defence was that he was only given a few days to prepare for his jokes for the show, so he didn't have much time, I guess, to write. But whether that's fair or not, I don't know.
Well, it's not fair because half the jokes will have already been written by a Hollywood joke writing team.
He wouldn't have wrote them.
And he'll have chosen the jokes he wanted to say.
Yeah.
So,
even Ricky Gervais admitted that he didn't write half these jokes.
Yeah.
He says, I'm not reading this. Yeah.
I didn't know that, to be honest. I thought they prepared it, to be fair.
They do prepare some of the jokes, some of the jokks, but like a lot of them
they've got to get greenlit, haven't they?
Got greenlit through the producers and stuff like that. So most of the time, like at least half of the gags will be handed to them.
Mel Gibson related. That's what she was like. Don't talk about Epstein. Don't talk about him. We're sick of hearing it. Yeah, fucking load of shite. Next. I'm hosting them next year.
Japanese animation legend Hayao Miyazaki.
Wow.
I can't even say it. Has won his first Golden Globe. Yeah, has won his first Golden Globe award at the age of 83 for The Boy and the Heron. It marks the first Golden Globe win for a non-English animated feature. Billed as Miyazaki's final feature, it's up against Disney productions such as Wish and Elemental in the animated feature category.
It wasn't really a competition there, was it?
No. Although I have to say, I didn't mind Elemental. I've not seen Wish, but Elemental.
Yeah, but it's not to the standard of a fucking Miyazaki film.
I know, grow up. Grow up. Fucking ridiculous fucking... No. I'm glad. Any more from there?
No.
What an amazing show it must have been.
There might be a lot more, but that was the main bits that I thought were worth mentioning.
Yeah. It's no Oscars, is it?
No. Are you going to say next, or should I just wait?
Next, please.
Thank you.
I just can't see you, mate. I don't know how to react. Are you looking at me? Are you looking at around? Are you turned around?
If there's a long pause, it means I'm waiting for you.
That doesn't always mean... That's not always the case. Come on, back me up, guys.
I mean, you've had long pauses in the middle of words before, Biggie.
It's only because I'm trying to work out how to read them. There's more news trickling through The Last of Us Season 2 casting with Caitlin, is it Deva or Diva? I'm not quite sure how you pronounce that. Deva as Abby, and Ellie love interest Dina with Isabella Merced or Merkhead.
Spoiler.
Who recently starred in the film Rosaline, and fellow Last of Us Season 2 newbie Deva will play the role. So Deva's past TV credits include shows like The Last Man Standing, Justified, Unbelievable, and Dopesick. On the film side, she starred in features such as Booksmart, Rosaline obviously mentioned, Next Girl Wins, and No One Will Save You. And then we also have Merkhead, known for starring in Dora and the Lost City of Gold, Sweet Girl, Father of the Bride, and the Transformers The Last Night.
I've not seen any of them you've just reeled off.
No, but
not one.
I'm guessing they're confident. They did pretty good with the first season, The Last of Us. So I'm going to give them
pretty good indeed.
Caitlin Dever's going to have to hit the gym.
Why is she not? Is she not hench?
No, she's
Not really.
skinny. She's like Hollywood skinny.
Yeah, but Hollywood gym routines do get you jacked pretty fast.
Oh, yeah, they get the results.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sure she'll be fine. Or they might be going a different direction where she's not jacked. Who knows?
I mean, yeah, is it absolutely
Getting some
essential?
golf practice.
I don't know.
Is it essential? Exactly, that's the thing. Is it? Shush! Don't mention golf.
Oh.
Don't do it. There's people that have not played that game. Come on. Next.
Mandalorian and Grogu are headed to the big screen. Directed by Jon Favreau and produced by Favreau, Kathleen Kennedy, and Dave Filoni. It will go into production later this year, so it finally gets its big screen debut.
That's cool. 'Cause Mandalorian's good. It's some of the best Star
It
Wars
should
in a long time.
be, considering they do like obviously full series stories. I think they should be able to do quite a good snappy one in hour and a half, 2 hours, surely.
It won't be that. It'll be 3 hours long, mate. Like everything else. It'll be super long. But it'll be good. It'll be... Favreau, you know what I mean? He knows what he's doing. He knows exactly what he's doing.
Can't really fault the guy, can you?
Didn't Favreau single-handedly kind of launch the MCU with Iron Man? You know what I mean?
It wasn't so much single-handedly. Like Kevin Feige had
He knew it was
what
coming.
he wanted to do. What Favreau did was give the blueprint of how an MCU film should look and feel.
Yes, yeah. Favreau knows what he's doing.
That mix of mild drama, mild humour, action, that kind of thing.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing. So he could kickstart a new... problem is with this Mandalorian, are they going to be like, oh, we're going to have a Skywalker in this? We're going to
There'll be a Skywalker. Oh, they'll end up on Tatooine at some point.
I like it when it's... I mean, the bit in Mandalorian with a Skywalker... I'm not telling you which Skywalker's involved, but there's a Skywalker involved in one of the episodes of Mandalorian. Was pretty cool, but I could take it or leave it. I like Star Wars without them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That when he met up with Dave Skywalker in the pub.
Yeah, and Barry Skywalker. Big Baz.
Bazza.
May the Force be with you. He's a good lad. He's been out of prison. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Next.
28 years later is in the works with the hope to launch a new trilogy. Danny Boyle will direct with Alex Garland writing the script.
Have you seen the fan made posters of this? There's a lot. There's a lot of Cillian Murphy fan made posters. I'm like, he ain't coming back for this. I promise you now. He didn't come back for the second one. For
I was going to say he wasn't in 28 Weeks Later. It was Robert Carlyle in that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, depending on which ending you subscribe to on the first one, you may not be alive. Because there's 2 theatrical endings to that film, isn't there?
Yeah,
For different territories.
And they're also saying this is going to be a trilogy. So what's it next? 28 decades later? Then 28 light years later? You know what I mean? Like, how far is it going to go?
Mate, I don't know. I have no idea.
28 years, 6 months later.
I like Danny Boyle films. I like him, and I love his films. You know what I mean? But I'd rather him do something else.
Yeah, it seems like a well that didn't need to go back to.
Yeah, I like his one-offs like Sunshine and stuff like that, and Slumdog Millionaire. You know what
You're
I mean?
not getting
His
another
one-offs.
Sunshine.
No, they won at the end.
Oh, finally.
And Cillian Murphy's definitely not coming back for Sunshine 2. Unless he floats out of the sun like that.
Hot off the press.
Whee!
Yeah, I like Danny Boyle. Danny Boyle's Olympic ceremony. Remember that? Every time I think of Danny
was
Boyle,
great.
I remember,
Yeah.
yeah, apart from Russell Brand singing "I Am the Walrus" on top of a double-decker bus.
Oh, God, I forgot that bit.
I
Skydiving Queen, though.
Yeah. But he did one of the best Olympic openings, didn't he? That was really fucking good.
Let's
Yeah,
go back to
bring
Rowan
it.
Atkinson on the piano.
Yeah, exactly. Bring it on. Come on, Danny. Surprise us. Next.
Well, this might surprise you if you're not aware of this. A new Star Trek movie is in the works with Toby Haynes, he of Andor, set to direct. Described as an origin story set decades before the 2009 Star Trek film.
Oh no!
Okay.
We're going back to
The
Enterprise.
prequel to the prequel.
Uh-oh, indeed.
Scott Bakula's going to be in it.
Oh, God,
Going to get country music theme tunes.
That's the only Star Trek I've not seen is that because I watched the first episode of it. I was like, nope.
Yeah, I was pretty much the same. I think I watched like the first 3 episodes. I can't do this anymore.
I can't do this. I cannot physically do this. This is worse than Farscape. None of that.
I remember Farscape. I liked Farscape.
People liked it, I know, but I like to rag on Farscape.
It's easy show to rag on. It was, but it filled that UK made sci-fi gap where there wasn't any Doctor Who at the time, so we had Farscape instead.
Blake 7, let's go.
Still better than Babylon 5.
Oh God,
Babylon
yeah,
5's a big pile of shit.
It's terrible.
it's rubbish.
Didn't see any
Cool.
of them.
God, you don't need to. I won't
No,
worry yourself.
I won't.
Don't worry your
Don't
pretty
worry
little
about it, my
face.
friend. I'd rather
don't worry
rewatch
about it.
Battlestar Galactica, thank you.
Yeah, that's something you should be watching. So yeah, next.
You're not going to like this one, Oodles. I'm just warning you ahead of this one.
I'm braced.
Lawrence Fishburne joins The Witcher Season 4 as fan favourite character, Oodles.
I don't know. Who could he play in that? We've already got a Dijkstra, haven't we? I don't know. Who?
Regis.
No way.
Yes.
No way.
The Matrix
Regis
and Marvel
the
actor
vampire?
has joined the Season 4. Netflix confirmed he joins the likes of Liam Hemsworth. Sorry, I can't. The fact that it's not Henry Cavill. Anya
It's weird.
Chalotra as Yennefer. Freya Allen as Ciri and Joey Beatty as Jaskier. It's also revealed Season 4 begins production in spring 2024. He says, I'm very excited to be joining the cast and look forward to exploring the wondrous world of The Witcher. Well, that's generic.
How?
They're
Season
still
4
they are
will-
throwing money at it still, though, to get someone of that caliber.
It's
Can
an
we just-
adaptation of The Baptism of Fire, the third Witcher
I know
novel.
what's the adaptation of. I know that. Can we
That's the one with Regis in it.
Can we backpedal to the fact that Lawrence Fishburne, known big, chunky American black actor, is playing
Yes.
Regis, the skinny Count White? I'm sorry to say this. This is going to sound really bad, but aristocratic,
Vampire.
English-sounding vampire.
He is to the Witcher what Astarion is to Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, and it's nothing to do with Lawrence Fishburne's prowess as an actor. It's just like me playing The Rock in his biopic. That's all I'm seeing. Do you know what I mean?
Tit Rock.
Tit Rock.
Should you get your
That's the
Samoan
difference.
tattoo down your arm?
It's nothing to do with him, his ethnicity, his country of origin, anything like that. It's the fact that... Have you ever heard Lawrence Fishburne ever do a non-American voice?
No, I don't think so, actually.
Nobody has. 'Cause I don't think he can. He
Kinda
just does his voice,
more-
doesn't he?
Morpheus was kind of Englishy.
No,
Or at least
it was
North Atlantic American.
Yeah, North Atlantic. It was posh American.
Yeah.
It's not gonna. Fuck. I've just got to let it go, Anna, and just hopefully it'll be all right. That's more egregious than Henry Cavill leaving.
As soon as I saw this, I thought he's gonna fucking hate that.
And it's not that I hate Lawrence Fishburne. I like Lawrence Fishburne a lot.
No, he's great. It's a strange casting.
It's a really weird. He could have played anyone. You know what I mean? He could have played anyone else. He could have played Letho, the other Witcher. Do you know the big burly one?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, listeners, but this does not sit well with me. Maybe he has been to a dialect coach or something. I don't know. I know people shouting at me going, "Well, it's all Polish in the first place." I haven't listened to the Polish version. I haven't read the Polish book. I haven't played the Polish version of the games. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's my own interpretation, but Regis is probably my favourite characters from the book.
That's why I knew you'd hate it.
Fuck's fuck's sake. He'd have been better as Geralt. Lawrence Fishburne would have been better as Geralt.
I think he'd be a bit too old to play Geralt.
Lawrence Fishburne is the White Wolf. He's not going to be Regis again.
On a slight tangent, have you seen the photoshops people have been doing of Liam Hemsworth's face onto Geralt?
No.
It's just taking like stills from like Henry Cavill's scenes and just like photoshopping Liam Hemsworth's face into it. It looks wrong. It looks so wrong.
Yeah.
Mostly because Liam Hemsworth, you never put him down to being hench like his brother, do you?
No.
What have we seen Liam Hemsworth in?
He was in The Hunger Games, wasn't he?
I don't know. I've never seen him.
He's in such hits as having been married to Miley Cyrus.
Oh,
Yeah.
is that what you
That's what most
started?
people know. Yeah.
And that Flowers song that she released is her fuck you to him because he cheated on her.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh dear.
What's Liam Hemsworth been in? Hunger Games, The Last Song, The Dressmaker, Independence Day Resurgence.
Oh, that's the one I know him from. I always know him as Skinny Thor, because he looks a bit like Thor, but he's not.
Yeah,
He's probably a mountain of a man. It's just that we see him next to Chris.
I mean, I'm looking at his IMDb database here, and he's been in some shite.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It. He's no Chris, is he? He's like Wish.com Chris. God,
Well, he's been in that Dundee, the Son of Crocodile Dundee film.
Oh, wow.
What? When did that come out? When the fuck did that come out?
He got the Olivia Award for that.
Was it Killer Man Knowing? He was in Knowing with Nicolas Cage in 2009.
I've seen that.
Oh, that was shit too as well.
He was in Empire State acting against The Rock.
Sure.
Hell. He was in Expendables 2. I think that's.
Did you know I'm playing The Rock in his next bio?
Took rock.
I mean, why the fuck not, Hollywood? Why not? If we're just doing that, yeah, I might not be Samoan. Who gives a fuck?
How angry you are at this.
It sounds like I'm being racist, but I'm not.
I know. We know you're not being racist. We know this isn't a race thing. It's just
not.
possibly the worst possible casting. I mean, if you
Like
try
Danny
and think of
DeVito playing Regis, that'd be terrible.
well, you could. I mean, if you think about like an ideal casting, like imagine someone like Hugh Laurie playing Regis.
Fuck me, that's exactly who it is. That's who he is.
Eccentric, old, grey, sick of everything.
Or Peter Capaldi.
Oh, but Peter Capaldi looks like the version of him in the game, doesn't he?
He looks like him. He's just... Never mind. I've got to look past it. I've got to get past it. It might be a different type of character just with he's sharing his name.
Let's just all agree there was one season of The Witcher and it's gone.
There was only one season of The Witcher.
We're going to see a scene of Lawrence Fishburne showing his fangs. It's not going to suit him at all. This is weird. Oh, God, what's happening?
He's going to look like one of the vampires in Blade Trinity, isn't he?
Yes. Oh, no. Fucking Hannibal King. Next, please. Why have you put this in? You've upset me.
The period romantic comedy Our Flag Means Death has been cancelled after 2 seasons.
Bastards.
It was good.
Really good.
I think it was a beautiful romance of a comedy because he was definitely very much in love with Blackbeard, wasn't he?
I mean, yeah, that literally happens in the series.
I haven't seen it all. I've only seen.
Oh yeah, the implicit becomes explicit.
Oh, good. I'll carry on then.
No, it's really good. And it was an interesting take. Yeah, it was an interesting take on the idea of pirates and the legend of Blackbeard and Stede Bonnet.
Yeah,
and
gentleman pirate.
And just seeing Rhys Darby and Taika Waititi acting across from each other again.
They love each other, don't they?
Well, they're best mates.
Yeah. I enjoyed it, but I had to watch it on less than savoury means, so it was difficult to keep watching it. You know, the adverts just got in the way. The pop-ups. Yeah, the pop-ups. Next.
Just a couple of things for the tech world quickly. Sony unveils a new car that can be driven using a PS5 controller.
Next. It's just fucking weird, man. They ain't got battery life.
Feel like Mario Kart, wouldn't it?
What if you're bombing down
press R1 to
M62
skid around the corner.
and battery life just dies?
Well, then you grip the steering wheel, Oodles.
Oh, I thought it was a... Right.
No, it's
there's
not
a
only
steering wheel as well.
it. They just demoed like driving it on stage with a PS5 controller.
Oh,
The,
I'm sure you could probably do that with a Tesla nowadays.
The daft thing as well.
They
I've
can't
seen
because they don't work properly.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
I've seen a few videos from the inside of it, and they're going on about it's got this kind of huge sweeping display across the entire dashboard. It says you can play your PS5 games now. I'm like, I'm going to be driving. When the fuck am I going to play a PS5 game in the car?
You should only technically have screens in the back headrest, surely, something like that. You know what I mean?
Well, I guess other than like the instrument cluster and the infotainment display,
that's
but
fine.
yeah.
But they turn off when you're driving, don't they? They just turn into like map mode or something.
Well, they're just static screens. Yeah, I mean, the one thing that I never get is, and a lot of these kind of newer electric cars have them, is where like the front passenger can watch a film in front of them, and I'm like, but the driver can see that.
Yeah, that should be illegal.
That can't be ruled legal.
No,
I would definitely kill myself within a week.
Like, imagine you're driving down quite a hectic country road and your partner outside is watching Jurassic Park, your favourite bit, clever girl. You're looking to watch it because you can't not miss Muldoon.
You can't. No.
You can't. And then you're dead because you've crashed your car. Like Muldoon. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not a clever girl. It's just, I couldn't imagine anything worse. But yeah, sure, well done, Sony.
It would be worse if you're watching like Coronation Street or something. At least Jurassic Park, what a way to go.
That's true. Or maybe, what if you're watching Lawrence Fishburne play Regis the Vampire in The Witcher
You crashed the car deliberately.
I can't believe it! I'm fuming! Next.
NFTs are so dead, even Elon Musk has dropped them. NFT avatars on Twitter have gone. 2 years after Twitter introduced the hexagonal NFT avatars, they've
Did.
gone.
Candy's still got loads.
Probably do somewhere.
She's got a crate.
I've got loads of crypto that I don't know how to get to.
She's got a digital crate full of bored apes. Worth nothing.
They might be worth something one day.
No,
I only paid a couple of million for them.
It will never be worth anything any day.
No.
I'm thinking of launching some NFTs as miffed giraffes.
I think in after all these crypto stuff, I think Bitcoin's the only one that still is used, and that's only used by terrorists usually.
Well, like cryptocurrency still exists, and the main ones are still there and still valuable. So Bitcoin, Ethereum, stuff like that, they're still there. What's kind of stopped happening now is that people have stopped people have stopped issuing these like shit coins with like stupid meme things like Dogecoin and that. That seems to have all died a death. And the NFT market, the bottom's completely fallen out of it, and they're worth less than the electricity to keep them going.
Yeah, I mean, we predicted that years ago, didn't we? We were saying this is not going to last, and it's quicker than I thought. Actually, the demise a lot quicker. What the NFT bros going to do now? They've got no life.
They had no life to start with.
No, but they're going to have to go. They'll probably get into CrossFit or something now, won't they?
But that involves moving.
Oh yeah, there is that moving aspect of CrossFit.
I really wish I could be on a fly on the wall for some of these kind of come to Jesus moments where they sit and realize I spent $100,000 on a JPEG of an ape,
and now nothing is real.
and now it's worth 6 cents.
So bad, isn't it? I kind of feel sorry for some of the people that got roped into the marketing. I got a NFT gift.
That's why I'm launching Myth Giraffes. That way they've got something new to look forward to.
Miffed giraffes. Giraffes are fun. They're nice creatures, but still,
my favorite one. My favorite one is still Logan Paul, who spent $600 and something thousand on a Bored Ape NFT, which is now worth $60.
And to
I
him,
have no sympathy for that cunt.
To him, it is nothing but pocket change, probably.
Oh, I
I
know.
think
But
actually, like in about 50 years, maybe the first like 10 Bored Ape ones probably actually will be worth something just for history's
as a
sake.
collector's. Yeah, I know what
Yeah.
you mean. Like a digital antique.
the only way they'll be worth something, though, and this is why NFTs were never worth anything to start with. If you were to say make a little trading card collection of some of the Bored Ape NFTs, like years down the line, to like celebrate this weird moment in pop culture, and have them as physical cards, they would be worth something.
Yeah.
Because there's a limited amount of them, and they can be collected. That yada yada yada. If it's just a JPEG, I can knock you up one of them tomorrow.
Yeah.
Commemorative
But it'll be
Bored
like
Ape.
it'll probably be the rights to display it in a museum for however many
Yeah,
months or something.
you never know, do you? I get what you're saying, Candy, because like people were selling like legacy eBay accounts, weren't they, other month? And it's not like they've got more stars than anyone else. It's just legacy accounts that happen to have came up when the site first started. Do you know what I mean? So it looks like you've been there for 25 years or whatever.
Well, you can tell them. I could sell my eBay account. I've had
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
I've had my eBay account since like 2003.
People would. All you're selling is the login information. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's insane. I don't know how legal it is, mate. So don't pursue it.
Never fucking use eBay.
No. Who the fuck uses eBay nowadays?
It's just become a shop.
It's for mums, isn't it? Mums like eBay. Mums love an eBay. Ooh,
No,
I
mums
bet
are
you-
on Vinted now.
Oh, are there? Are you not
Yeah.
tax deductible though now or something like that?
Well,
Do you get taxed on
yeah, they
Vinted?
are going to be sharing more with the tax man, but fuck knows.
Most
Fuck
mums I know
knows.
are on OnlyFans, actually.
Yeah.
Whoa. My mum's not. She doesn't even have broadband, mate.
Oh, yeah, she is.
Next. Yes. Next.
Finally over to the weird world web, and get ready for this one, because this made me chuckle.
Lawrence Fishburne will be playing Rufus the Vampire.
Huge ring of galaxies challenges thinking on the cosmos. Scientists at the University of Central Lancashire have discovered a gigantic ring-shaped structure in space. It is 1.3 billion light years in diameter and
The
appears
devil's
to be
anus.
roughly
It's a halo ring.
15 times the size of the moon in the night sky as if seen from Earth. This is my favourite bit, because this must have taken them ages. Named the Big Ring by the astronomers.
That's funny. That's what they used to call me at high school.
It is made up of galaxies and galaxy clusters. They say it's so big, it challenges our understanding of the universe.
It's incredible. It's not weird. It's incredible, isn't it, when you think about it? It makes
I
me a
know,
bit sick.
I just thought the name was just... Of all the things
The
they
Big
could come
Ring's
up with,
brilliant.
the Big Ring just cracks me up.
Better than Ringy McRingface, I guess.
Did you know that about 3 or 4 years ago they discovered a planet and they called it? You know how they use the like code name planets?
Yeah.
And the guy that discovered it, because when you discover it, you get to name it. He went, "I just want to call it the Green Planet because it was green." I'm like, that's super cute. That's super cute. Green Planet.
Well, you can buy stars as well. Like you can pay 25.
No, you can't buy stars.
You can pay 25 quid to name a star.
You
Yeah,
can't.
but you're only paying to get a certificate. You don't actually name the star.
It's not real. What if you've bought like a star or a comet and there's life on that comet and they come down? They're not going to see you as the queen.
They fucking might. Do you know what else I've got? Do you know what else? I've got an acre of land on Mars.
It's not real.
It's going to
not
be
yours.
worth something one day. It is mine. I've got a certificate for it. Acre of land on Mars. Mine.
I bet you believe that donkey sanctuary that you've been paying for is real as well, and they're sending you pictures of the same donkey for the past 25 years. He's been
Yes,
dead
but-
years, mate.
He's my pen pal.
No, he's not. He's dead.
He sends me letters every year.
With his fingers.
I do have an acre of space on Mars, though. So
No,
if we
you
ever need to go-
think, you believe you do.
Yeah.
How can let's call a spade? How can the Americans sell a plot of land on a place that they've never been?
I don't know the ins and outs of it.
They may never go. They don't know if there's oil up there.
Exactly. What's the point?
But what if there was oil on my acre? On
Honestly,
Candyland.
It's not yours, mate. You haven't got the deed.
I fucking have got a deed. I've got a
It's not real.
certificate.
Sorry. You didn't go into an office and sign it. There wasn't someone there to countersign it. It's not real.
I didn't know what happened. It was a present.
Who issued the certificate? The Mars Land Company.
I don't know.
Big Mars.
It doesn't matter. Point is, I stated the claim.
I'm sure you would.
You'll all be sorry when you move to Candyland, and I'm fucking the queen, and you're the sorry people.
Yeah, sure.
In your acre. Do you know how big an acre is?
Yeah, it's not very big, mate.
Yeah, but Mars acres might be bigger.
It's not a duo.
A Mars duo.
How am I to know how Mars acres work?
Why do we work with idiots? Biggie. Not Biggie. Gadget, sorry. Fuck's sake.
Whoa! Wow.
Fuck's sake.
I mean, you're right, but wow.
We're all idiots, aren't we? I've just realised we're all idiots.
I work with idiots.
Yeah, you work with idiots, mate. Right, thank you for that news. That was brilliant. I needed that this week. Really, really did. Thank you for enlightening us with your wisdom and news.
You're welcome.
Let's get on with the main show. I'll start. I've had a really, really, really bad case of Slay ADHD this week. I've been really bad, so I've been spatting and spitting, just jumping about. I don't think I've finished anything. I don't think I've finished watching anything, but I've been splitting and splatting and splatting. Blah, blah, blah. You know what it is. Gadget, you live with one of us.
Yeah.
It's difficult. I'm really bad Slay ADHD this week.
And for those who aren't aware, Slay ADHD is just ADHD in drag.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God, yeah. Oh, I've been wearing frocks all week.
And you're wearing a pretty gay Leeds top right now.
Super gay.
It's really gay, that Leeds top.
Yeah. Hey, it's been good to be a Leeds fan the past 3 games. We've won 3-0 all 3 games. It's been good to be a Leeds fan. But yes, where do I start? I started watching Killers of the Flower Moon this afternoon because I forgot that it was out now.
Yeah.
And then this podcast happened, so I had to stop. So I'm more than halfway through that. Stig's right. It's really, really strong. It's really edge of your seat stuff. It's gripping, but still, I've been flicking and flocking between stuff. I've also played and completed. I said I didn't complete anything, but I have Sekiro again. I mentioned it last week. It still holds up. I think it's because the frame rate's good. I think that's why.
Well, if you can play it 60 frames a second, then yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. There's
30 doesn't work for it.
No. I think it's a really special game, and sometimes I think we take for granted some of the past games because they just all came out so rapidly, didn't they?
They did, yeah.
But the main thing I want to talk about is something I've been doing more or less up and down all week. It's a game. No, well, I do that anyway. It's a game I've been playing on my Switch, Nintendo Switch. It's available on Windows as well. Windows, is that what they call it? Windows Steam? Steam. It's called Crystal Project. Now, this is a RPG, turn-based RPG. It's very much modelled on the classics JRPGs like Final Fantasy, Dragon Quest type thing, but it's got a twist. You have to create your party. I've created my party: Gadget, Biggie, Candy, and Stig.
Yeah,
you've got to create. Yeah, you've got to create like D&D. You've got to roll your composition of your party, what they are, what they do. It's basically a marriage between Final Fantasy and Dungeons and Dragons. Could you imagine playing a 16-bit Final Fantasy game, guys, but it's completely, from the get-go, open world?
That would be nice.
And this game is very fucking nice. So it's voxel graphics, kind of, 2D, 2D, 3D.
I'm looking at it. It's like it's like a 16-bit RPG vomited itself into Minecraft.
Yeah, but
it's got that chunky voxel art.
It fucking, and if you look at the review score on Steam, it's like 9 out of 10. Roughly.
Very positive, yeah. Very positive, yeah.
Yeah, and everyone's saying it's good. It's just dropped on Switch this week. Fuck me, it's good. This is perfect for anyone that. Do you know when you just fancy some tactical like RPG nonsense, but you can't be asked doing fetch quests and talking to villagers?
Yeah,
it's that basically. The conceit is you've landed your party, your 4 party members that you've created. You've put the characters in, you've put the personalities in yourself, like Dungeons and Dragons, and you've got to find crystals. That's the name, Crystal Project. You've got to find crystals within the world. It doesn't tell you where they are. You just got to find them. You're leveling up along the way. You're putting spells, new skills on, very much like Dungeons and Dragons. And yeah, there are NPCs and there are people to talk to, and they are also doing the same thing as you. If you get what I mean, the NPCs are doing what you're doing, looking for crystals. So sometimes they're very unreliable and tell you, yeah, there's one in that cave. You go in that cave, there's a fucking big monster that you've got to fight. You know what I mean? Instead, it's just really, the loop's really, really good. When you find a new crystal, you unlock a new class, which makes you stronger. Because, like, for instance, when I rolled Gadget rolled to a cleric. Very much our tanky healer of the group.
That makes sense.
To be honest, mate, without you, we wouldn't have got as far as I've got, to be honest. You really have held the team.
Like I say, it makes sense.
It makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? And I found a crystal, and when we find a crystal that's randomly in the world, it randomly gives you a new job. Luckily, the job that popped up, it was called Doctor, which is the next step up from cleric. You're a healer, but without the god side to it, which means you can use items and be a bit more scientific on your approach of healing and using syringes to kill baddies and stuff. So, do you know what I mean? So it's not heretical, everything you're doing. And then I rolled Biggie as a monk, obviously.
Makes sense.
And I don't know if this is a conceit with monks in Dungeons and Dragons and games in general. Monks never hit, do they? They always miss.
Monks are one of the worst classes in D&D.
Yeah, but when they hit hard, don't they?
Unless it's me.
Yeah, that's true. But then I was like, I need to do something about Biggie. That was the problem with my little character. I had Stig's a warrior, by the way, and Candy's a warlock wizard type.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, and Stig and Candy are absolutely solid members of the team. And I was like, I need to do something about Biggie. He's still leveling. Even the best thing about this as well, even if your characters die in battle, even if your characters die in battle, they still level up alongside you. So you're never wasting any time. And if you die, you just go straight back to the beginning and go somewhere else and have a look around the map and stuff. But I was like, I need to do something about Biggie. And then this guy said to me, don't go south. There's no crystal there. And I was like, this guy's lying to me. So I went south a bit of a tough boss, but we bested the boss. And I found a crystal, and definitely, no, you died halfway through a battle, but you still helped. Baddies still attack dead bodies, because once you die, it's like D&D, you can get back up. You know what I mean? You're unconscious, but you can get proper killed. And no one's proper died yet. And then we found a crystal, and guess what? I unlocked a random job, and it was called Armed Monk. I was like, yes! Now I can give him... He's got his monk, he's got his double-handed multiple attacks, but now you've got swords, and you've just become the GOAT. You've just become, like,
of course.
The best in the party. And I don't know if the game's that clever to know that I needed that, but it worked out in my adventure. And then I had a decision to make, like, do I walk back to the start and go a different way on the map, or do I carry on down this treacherous road? Because the further afield you get from your main camp, the harder the enemies are. And I thought, I'll risk it. And I risked it, and I was going even further. And it got to the point where 3 of you were dead, and again, Dr. Gadget was still alive. And Dr. Gadget, I had to nuke the enemy to survive, and it was just him left. And luckily, being a doctor, he could resuscitate everyone. And we walked back to the camp, and everything was good. And now, I didn't know this while I was playing it. All the area I've been to in that part of the world is mapped completely. And it's just... I don't know. There's something about that looping. It's just fucking delicious.
This sounds like the right game to tickle your ADHD when you have a
It
weekend.
does. Yeah.
It's got your little dopamine receptors in the back of your head there.
Yeah.
And
the battles are lovely. I don't know if you can see that.
I've just been watching the trailer on Steam. It looks really nice. I've added it to my wish list.
It's cheap as well. Steam. It's like a tenner. Yeah, it's a tenner on Switch as well.
Oh, that's good.
It's just really, really fucking solid. I mean, apparently people saying in the reviews there is a story to delve into if you want to, but I've not seen any of this. I've been hunting. I don't know. It reminds me of what people think games are. Do you know people that don't know what games are?
Yeah.
It reminds me of that, like, oh, you just onward to adventure. That's basically what you're doing, and it's just, I don't know, there's something really fucking nice about it. I recommend it to anyone, but I've been doing loads of shit. I just can't. I can't pin it down. I can't pin it down. I'm having a really bad week of it. But my tablets are coming back tomorrow, so yay,
Yay.
But yeah, again, Crystal Project. It's a weird name for a game, but there it is.
Looks like it's only made by one bloke as well.
I don't know what it is about it. It's just really. I recommend you try. I mean, especially on Steam because you can refund it if you don't like it, can't you?
Yeah. Yeah.
And you'll know
it's just made by one lad, Andrew Willman.
It's done really, really fucking. I love it. And yeah, I'm making up my own adventures as I'm going along. I'm talking because I'm that kind of guy. I talk to myself when I'm playing stuff. I'm like, "Come on, Biggie. Come on, Biggie. You can do it. You can puff it. Oh no, Biggie, you died." That kind of thing. I think I make it better for myself, but if you've got an imagination and you like Dungeons and Dragons, you like Final Fantasy, it's perfect. It's really, really good. If this were on my phone, I'd be fucked. I would absolutely be fucked. I'd never get anything done because it's really addictive. But yeah, that's me. Candy, you've been doing?
I've actually left the house this week. Not once,
You
but
liar.
twice. I've got out, I took the little candy wagon out, I went off to
Graphics are
Cardiff
shit,
on
aren't they?
Tuesday. Graphics are shit, hated it. There's a little bit of lag as well the following mornings. But I took I took the little candy wagon to Cardiff and I went to see Bring Me the Horizon, who were supported by a band called Static Dress, Cassiette
voice.
and Bad Omens. Static Dress, fine. Little, I guess they may have been a local band, I think. Like,
Bad
their
Omens are
doors were
good
at
though, aren't they?
5:30. They were pretty good. Cassiette, she's fucking insane. You probably heard like Dear Goth. She's got a couple of anthems that seem to be Spotify sweethearts. Incredible,
It's not
really
necessary,
good
but I'm just going to say that no, I haven't heard about any of these people.
shows. Fair enough.
You've never heard of Bring Me the Horizon? Are you kidding?
Nope.
Yeah, you have, because they were on our that's what we call modern escapism.
Kingslayer.
Yeah, but I wouldn't listen to that track.
Oh wow! So you've got no respect for your podcast buddies? Wow.
I started it and then I skipped.
Okay.
Oh, the pain.
Okay.
Whatever. So that's going to be our outro music anyway. Yeah, Cassiette, amazing front woman, and she only got, I think she was maybe on for like 20 minutes.
Yeah,
And it was perfect. Yeah, no, it was fine. Bad Omens, incredible.
They're so good, aren't they?
So good. They're probably another band you would have heard on Spotify as well. Now, I listened to Bad Omens thinking that there was a female and a male vocalist. No,
really?
it's just a guy. It's just a guy. His range is insane, and he was note perfect the entire time. So not just for like this, just not just for the singing bits, for like the screaming bits too, because there's quite a it's quite eclectic. I think Bad Omens, isn't it? You've got the kind of the more ballady ones, and then the ones that really are like quite heavy.
People do liken them to Sleep Token. I don't think so, personally.
I think it's us metal lovers can hear the difference.
Yes.
Maybe to muggles, possibly not. But,
Yeah, I get that reference.
But they were incredible. They had a great stage show as well. They had these kind of interactive screens either side, and they had great lighting, which made me think, if they're allowing Bad Omens to have this kind of setup, Bring Me are going to be fucking insane with the show. Never mind the music.
Come out with like a big AI and stuff like that.
Yes, they did. So yeah, I was not wrong in what I expected. This is really what you could. It wasn't a concert so much as a show. It's really kind of interactive. There was no parts where the audience wasn't involved. Like even during the kind of, even when the band went on stage, yeah, like you said, there was this AI. There's two screens either side, so even a short ass like me can see, which is nice. And the first couple of songs, they have like a regular backdrop, a cloth one, which actually it was the inside of a church, so it looks a bit like a ghost stage setup. when they played Kool-Aid, which is their new song, it had only been out 2-3 days, I think, before the first show.
I like it, though.
Another banger. It is a banger. It's been on my mind the whole time.
It's heavy, isn't it?
Yes, it is. So before they started Kool-Aid, the stage had gone dark, and what they'd done is they dropped the cloth, but they'd got an exact replica, which was LCD screens going all the way around, so you didn't actually notice a difference until this kind of, I don't know a seraphim, maybe, came along.
Angel thing.
Kind of an angel gross thing, yeah. Came along and smashed this thing down, and from that moment onwards, the backdrops was like the animal ones, if you've seen them on TikTok. So you always had these AIs in the background. It was incredible. I really like Bring Me. I don't love them. I really, really like them. I've only really got into them with like a little bit of Sempiternal and then post-apocalyptic survival horror. I always get confused with that
it's
name.
Like post-human survival horror.
Post-human survival horror, you're right.
I think that's their best album.
Yeah. Yeah, they're quite different to how they used to sound when they first came out, which for me is a good thing. Didn't like them.
Yeah, because they started off real like metalcore. Now they're like
kind of screamo-y, metal-y.
Now they're just like, we can be played on Radio 1.
Yeah, they do the big anthems. They're almost, dare I say it, Linkin Park-esque in some...
No, yeah, you're right.
In some ways.
A lot of electronics in it and stuff like that. Yeah, you're right. Absolutely bang on with that.
Yeah, so, you can't fault Ollie Sykes for being a frontman. What I can fault is, and this is the only nitpick I have with the show, and I don't know if it's maybe something they requested. I'm not particularly fond of Ollie Sykes. I don't find him hateable. I know you don't particularly like him, do you, Gadget?
No, he's a twat.
Yeah. I can look past that. It's great performance. He did not introduce his musicians, which I took against.
He's just sacked one, that's why.
They parted ways.
I don't like that. You're up there for an hour and a half. You've got time to go on the guitar, on the bass.
Yeah, exactly. But being as
Status
it's a band,
Quo still do it to this day.
Well, the thing is, being as it's a band, it's Bring Me the Horizon. It's not Ollie Sykes. You would think just for a second, even if it is a session musician, he's got time to thank the musicians or give them their own moment, have a drum solo, have a guitar solo, have something. But no, it was very much the Ollie Sykes show. Like even Marilyn Manson, a band that is just Marilyn Manson.
Known good guy.
Known good guy. But you know what I mean? It's a band. It's him with a band. He always introduced his members.
Yeah, I think 9 out of 10 acts do that. But yeah, he is like Gadget's already alluded on him before. He is full of himself,
massively so,
and it's a real shame because
I think also he's gotten worse since they started getting like mainstream Radio 1 airplay as well.
Yeah, very possibly.
And mates with Hideo Kojima.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the only nitpick, and I imagine a good majority of the crowd didn't even notice that kind of thing. But you know, when you've been to a gig or two in your time, you do notice these things. But it was, I'm more of a Bring Me fan now after having seen that. I would definitely go and see them again. They really put on a show. And
I've said it before. They can headline a festival now. They're at that point where they can.
Mm-hmm.
I
think they did Download, didn't they?
They did, yeah.
They're headlining Download again or something, aren't they?
They can do it. They put on that show. I mean, they even have like Ollie Sykes talking to the AI for a bit and stuff, don't they?
That's right.
Weird, but with his Sheffield accent, it loses its pomp. All right, AI. What's going off?
No, it was kind of endearing because he was sort of taking the piss out of the same thing. Oh, also what did happen was, and I've never seen this before during a show, they actually stopped the show for 10 minutes because there'd been an injury in the crowd. But I think it's fair play to him for paying attention and actually stopping. But I think the singers are more, they're held accountable for that kind of thing happening, aren't they? Because there was some injuries last year or the year before. I think it was some American rapper, wasn't it? And people were actually killed. And he could have said at any point, stop the show. So I think obviously he's a bit more aware of that. But good. They didn't cut any songs. The show went over by about sort of 10 minutes, I think. And I think it cost like, due to They get fined. I think due to city laws, it's like $1,000 a minute or something.
Yeah,
So
it's a lot.
it was nice that they didn't cut any songs. So yeah, brilliant. Bring Me, absolutely loved it. Second thing I did this week, took the candy wagon, tootled over to Swindon, the hometown, and I went to see a 2-man show, and that was The Woman in Black. Again,
Nice.
when I heard it was a 2-man show, I thought, this might be shite. And I
Two
was very
men,
glad.
one woman.
Well, yes, there was a woman in black. I was not only pleasantly surprised, I was blown away. The range. So there's 2 actors, and unfortunately, I went to the website and I couldn't find a whole lot about the actual production team. All I know is that it was adapted by Stephen Malatrat, and the actors that I saw, there's understudies. I saw the main actors were Malcolm James and Mark Hawkins, and I think it's Malcolm James who kind of took on the role of all the people that weren't Arthur Kipps. The way they did it is that they kind of play both roles at the same time. So at times he was Arthur Kipps. I haven't seen the Women in Black stage show before. I know the story of it. Obviously, I've seen the Daniel Radcliffe one. I think I've seen a BBC production of it before as well.
No, I don't even know what the story is about. I've never seen anything to do with The Woman in Black. I just know it exists.
Yeah, do you know what? Actually, this Daniel Radcliffe version it's not bad at all. It's
I liked it.
yeah,
I don't know. I don't know what it's about. I have no idea.
Give it a watch. Actually, I might suggest that to Stig to watch with his little ones, because that's probably a good shout.
They're onto Hellraiser films now, anyway.
Yeah, I know, but this is jumpy, like jump scary.
Is it? It's a horror film, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a ghost story. I wouldn't call it necessarily a horror. It's a scary ghost story. But yeah, the range of these actors there's just nothing quite like seeing an actor perform in front of you.
It's good, isn't it?
It's just, especially this one guy, Malcolm James, the way he went from one character to the next with very little physical transformation in terms of his costume or anything. He might put a hat on or something, and he was a completely different person. It was just an absolute masterclass. It was scary. There was pants shitting moments during it, which you would expect. The Woman in Black herself, she tends to just kind of creep very slowly onto the side of the stage, just in the shadows. There wasn't much of her, but you're constantly on edge that she's going to come through the audience, which that happened a couple of times.
What if you were watching film, right, and all of a sudden she was just sat next to you? That'd be terrifying.
Funnily enough, there is kind of a fourth wall breaking moment in that, and I don't know, because going back to the fact that I haven't seen the stage show before, all I know is the film adaptions. I don't know if this is how they usually do it. Without without spoiling too much or going into how cleverly it was done, there are fourth wall breaking moments, and yeah, I don't know if that's always the way they've done it or if it's this particular adaptation. But I've wanted to see it for years, and it's on the road at the moment, so I jumped at the opportunity to see it when I saw it was on, and absolutely incredible. It's still going on for, I think, best part of 6 months.
I don't have to go to Swindon, do I?
You don't have to go to Swindon, don't worry.
That's good.
I wouldn't recommend that to anyone. 1 out of 10.
Yeah, that's good. That's good news. Maybe it's playing maybe it might be playing at Bradford Alhambra.
I think they are playing at Bradford.
Yeah, that's where a lot of them go.
Yeah, I think it is.
It's a nice theatre, that. But Bradford's not.
No. But yeah, no, very good. I had a good week.
That's a solid week. Is Biggie back yet? I can't see. No, he's not back yet. So catch it. What have you been doing?
So couple of things. Carrying on with Cyberpunk. Absolutely, still loving it. Balls deep into fanny libs.
It's good, innit?
As the saying should go. Yeah, I think I'm nearly done with it, actually. I've just met Mr. Hands.
Yeah.
Like in person.
Yeah, you're not too far off. Yeah. I'm not that much further in front of you.
And then just also pottering on with some of the main quests. I was saying to Candy yesterday, my only criticism at the minute of the game really is I'm really getting sick of you get into a quest line, then it's go do something else for 2 days until they call you. I'm like, fuck off, I'm invested in the story, let me finish it.
I mean, you can just skip time.
I know, but it's still the fact that it's just like, it's the hurry up and wait kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spend all your money on outfits.
I spend them all on fucking mods at the minute.
It's good. It's such a good game.
Yeah, it is good. I'm glad they fixed it. I still don't like Idris Elba's accent.
I like him. It's weird, but I like
No,
him.
I like the character. I just don't like the accent. He's not very good
like
at
it.
American accents.
Yeah, it's like if you think like Lawrence Fishburne playing like an English vampire.
Oodles,
It
come
won't
back
work.
in the room, back in the room, back in the room.
Wouldn't work, would it?
But the two main things I want to talk about. First of all, it is one of those 2 times in the year where Awesome Games Done Quick is on, so I'm going to talk about it for a few minutes. So this is the twice annual speedrunning event. Lasts
Some
for
would
the
say
full week. Biannual.
I like twannual better.
The Awesome Games Done Quick, the January one, is for the Prevent Cancer Foundation, which I found out today is the only US cancer research team that is not for profit.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's damning.
It's dark, isn't it?
Fuck. They're like, no, we love selling chemotherapy drugs. It makes us a fucking fortune.
Exactly, yeah. So I was quite surprised when I found
Wow.
that out. Obviously it's going on right now, like literally in the corner of my eye, they're doing Donkey Kong 64 at the minute.
I remember that one. Yeah. Not really.
I also, and given this just started, I've only had a chance to watch one run so far, which was Donkey Kong Country, which was an interesting run because they were doing the bosses
Which
in
is a good
reverse
game.
order.
Oh.
So, and what that run highlighted was how much that game is held together with sticky tape, because that game is fucking broken.
I like that game though. It's good. It's a good
Apart
game.
from Minecart Madness, which is the hardest level of any game ever made.
I don't know. Level 2 of Battletoads would like to take that crown from you.
Yeah, that was just trolling though.
It's
but
true.
But obviously there's runs all the way through the week, so some of these you'll be able to see on.
Pick me the good ones. You
on
do
the
it
VODs.
every year for me.
I do
me
the good ones. I got a nice little list of the good ones. Starting off, Metroid Prime 2,
Bang into it.
100% in 2.5 hours.
Bullshit.
And
That's a 20-hour game.
That's a big game. But longer, Final Fantasy 15, any percent, an hour and 5 minutes.
Fuck off.
What?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think how you do that.
An even bigger game, Starfield, any percent, 45 minutes.
What? That's got to be glitch.
It'll be massively glitched. It's a Bethesda game, of course it'll be massively fucking glitched. Just fucking walk outside the game and go walk
You
through
could
the
do that
code.
with Fallout 3, though, couldn't you? You could just go and find Liam Neeson.
Yeah.
It's cool.
They're doing
really?
Yeah, you could, yeah.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, if you knew
you
where the
knew where it
vault was,
was.
you could just go up and get to him. Yeah.
Get him.
They're doing a 3-way race in Hades, which I'm looking forward to.
Oh, yes. Give me some of that. Inject that into my veins.
And they're limited to only having 3 weapons for the entire run.
Ooh. Which weapons would you pick? Spear, trident thing? Definitely.
Trident, shield, and bow.
Yeah, I'm into that. Yeah, forget the sword. It's not strong enough.
No. And doesn't scale well with some of the abilities.
No.
Metroid Dread, 100% without glitches in just under 2 hours. I always love seeing the 2D Metroid runs because just like the movement speed is incredible.
So it's going to be one of them where they do backdashing all the way through it, isn't it?
Yeah. Like absolutely abusing all the movement mechanics.
Did you see the Hollow Knight one? You sent it. You sent me the link. The Hollow Knight one where the backdash throughout the whole game. It's so fucking good.
Yeah. So they always have a bad games block where there's just like some really terrible shit in there. It's where you'll get like I want to be the guy and shit like that come up.
Battlefield, the new one.
Well, what they've got is Skull Island: Rise of Kong from last year. Any percent, 15 minutes.
That shows you, doesn't it?
Yeah.
What they're pulling the game disc out and snapping it in 15 minutes.
Baldur's Gate 3, all 3 acts, 35 minutes.
I could do that.
That's a big glitch showcase, that one. The last two I'm really interested in. Lies of P in an hour.
Fuck off. That's bullshit.
No, Oodles. This one is bullshit. Armored Core 6 Fires of Rubicon. True Ending.
Oh, so playing it a few times.
Playing it 3 times through in less than 2 hours.
Fuck off.
No major glitches.
What? I can't even fathom that.
That's. I mean, the fastest I've worked through the game in New Game Plus was 8 hours.
Yeah.
Because some of those fights near the end are really, really hard. So, like, being able to get through the game 3 times to get the proper ending, plus do all of the alternative missions as well, which add into it, and the extra boss fights. That's
insane, because that's going to be one of those games where getting hit's going to slow you down, so they're probably not going to get hit either.
Yeah, but like some of the bosses on there, how do you know hit those bosses?
But what they're going to have to do is quickly after missions go into the menu and change the tanks and stuff like, you know what I mean, change the mechs up really fast.
Well, yeah, because if they're starting from a new file, then they're not going to have everything unlocked. So exactly. So I'm so keen to see how this works.
That makes me sick.
So yeah, that's going on all week. I will report on my favourite ones next week. But the main thing I've been playing. Now, guys, you know the games I like. Yep. RPGs, Souls games, that kind
Hentai.
of thing. On the down low.
Isn't it?
I've been playing an online free-to-play shooter.
What? Why have you been doing that?
Because it was free.
To play?
Yeah. I've been playing The Finals.
The Finals?
I didn't like
it. Is it that sounds to me like a pop idol type thing.
Just a little bit.
You're into the finals.
Not that far off, actually.
Yeah, kind of. It's free-to-play first-person shooter published by a company called Embark Studios, quite a lot of them are ex-DICE and Battlefield devs.
You were in that, Biggie. Battlefield.
He's played it, he didn't like it. So the finals revolves around people competing in a televised virtual combat game show.
Oh, I weren't far off.
You weren't far off. And it's got the vibe of it, you know, it's got the AI powered announcers, which I'm still not happy about, like bigging you up as you run into the arena and commentating on what you're doing.
Yeah.
It's 3v3v3. So you've got three teams of 3 going after these objectives. And the objectives are a kind of weird hybrid of capture the flag and conquest. In that you have to get a cache of money that drops into the map. You pick it up and you've got to take it to a cash out box.
Yeah,
and it takes you 30 seconds to unlock the box to pick it up in the first place, and then it takes like 90 seconds
like defusing a bomb in certain game modes.
Yeah, and while that's happening, you know, you can be killed, they can steal, all that kind of thing.
Yes, I like the idea of that.
Yeah, it's an interesting mechanic and it works really well. But the best thing about the game is that the world is entirely destructible because these are guys from DICE. They like blowing buildings up.
Like Red Faction.
Like Red Faction or like Battlefield. And it means you can do some really funny shit. Like, I managed to steal a cash out box when it was in its last 10 seconds by running to the floor underneath it and firing a rocket upwards so that it fell down to me and I could cash it out. Nice. Yeah. Or you get map events happen. So sometimes you get a meteor shower. So even if you're hiding inside, you're not safe because eventually the meteors will just kind of come through the building and crash onto you.
Love that. I love that.
There's one of the modifiers which is on death players explode. so you can get a good chain reaction going. If you're blowing up people, they then explode and then take down the building. So I think it's a lot of fun. The graphics are serviceable. It's not the best looking shooter I've ever played. Like it's not a Frostbite engine game.
Have to be though, does it?
No. The
game needs to work is the most important thing.
Whoa. Yeah, and it works on PC. Doesn't work on PlayStation at the minute.
Mate, his camera doesn't work on his PC, so he's not going to get this game playing.
No. You have 3 archetypes for your characters. You have light, medium, and heavy. So they all have recognizable silhouettes, and you know what they're doing at any given time, even if they're wearing
So a good
weird skins
team's
or
got
whatever.
a good team's got one of each, basically.
Kind of, yeah, and you all support each other. Now, I've been playing with randoms, so I don't know anyone playing it, so it's been a little frustrating in that respect because sometimes randoms just don't play properly or play
Are
as
you
an effective
talking
team.
to them?
No, they never turn their fucking mics on, bastards.
Right. Okay.
So, but I imagine playing this in a group of 3, it's going to be an immense amount of fun.
I'd like to play this.
My
only problem I had with it was I played it in the beta format, and it was out for those. If you get the code,
the closed
you can
betas,
play
yeah.
it for like a week or whatever beforehand.
But
Some
it's
people
out
have been
now.
rinsing through the levels, and when I was chucked into a few games, I was up against people that were well higher leveled. They had all the sort of equipment unlocked, and I was getting my ass kicked left, right, and centre. And I thought, okay, I know I have to probably grind a bit, but I just wasn't in the mood for it. I was just like, nah.
I don't mind that though. I don't play to win. I play to have fun and have moments like Gadget says, like I blow up and kill somebody else because I've blown up.
But what I like about it as well, it's got some of that Battlefield sensibility where you don't necessarily need to get kills to get a high score in the game.
Yeah, that's what I mean. As long as I'm helping.
Like I tend to play the heavy because he gets the rocket launcher and he gets like the big LMG. And I use
all that stuff was locked off early, you see. So I felt frustrated.
It's out now, so you can get that. And what I quite like, what I end up doing is I get a lot of assists because I just like do damage, but I don't kill people.
Yeah, but you're accruing a score as you're going along. I like that.
Yeah, so I really rate it, and I'd like to try it like playing as a party rather than just like
let's have a
like,
go.
play with
Let's
randoms.
Me, you, and Biggie will play it.
It does have crossplay as well, so I can play with people on PlayStation.
Yeah. I'll download it.
You do own a PlayStation though, Gadget. Remember, you can dust it off.
I know, but why would I pay to play online when I've got it on PC?
It's free, isn't it?
It's a free game, but you still need PS Plus.
Oh, for fuck's sake! I suppose I could do a month, couldn't I?
Yeah, but no, it's great. I'm having a really good time with it. And it'll be something I just dip in and out of. I'm not taking it too seriously. I'm not getting sweaty with it. I'm just enjoying bombing around, blowing shit up.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I like the idea of that. I need to do some more social gaming this year. I promised myself I would.
You do. You need to talk to people.
Yeah. It's good to talk. Cool. Excellent. Biggie, what have you been doing this year?
Well, apart from running around trying to get another set of headphones because mine died on me. So I missed the Cyberpunk chat. So during Christmas, I absolutely been playing that game to death, and I finished both the main game and the DLC. Clocked about 85 hours altogether.
About standard, yeah.
Really enjoyed it. Really cool.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah, it had its issues. Like Gadget says, I completely agree about the being locked out by having to do other stuff and wait for this person to call you back in a day or a few hours, whatever it is. It's very weird. The other thing that they introduced was the girlfriend scenario, and I had Panam constantly bugging me. Literally, I'd been on a date with her, had my fun, went off to do something else, contacted me straight away, going, "Do you have time?" I'm like, "I've just left you." Do you know what I mean? Leave me alone.
Biggie, you should know about this. You're married. This is what my life's like.
Also, I mean, I just love the fact that you're complaining about romancing Panam when I've been complaining about I can't romance Panam because I'm playing a female V.
Oh, okay. You should have gone with Judy.
I can't stand the male voice actor for V.
It's awful.
Yeah, he is,
he makes me want to punch kittens. Like the delivery is terrible.
I've got a dream dance.
But there's moments when he does deliver the lines, and then other times you're like, "Oh, this is awful." But yeah.
Whereas the female actor actually sounds like a person.
The male actor in Cyberpunk is on par with male Shepard in Mass Effect.
Yeah,
shit.
Yeah.
And it's very much like the Fallout 4 thing, whereas like the male sole survivor in Fallout 4, Nate, he's boring as fuck, whereas Nora, her voice acting is amazing.
Exactly.
Can you not play a male character with a female voice though?
But you could do, yeah. That's true.
Yeah,
there's an option for that.
You can be non-binary in that game. 100%.
Yeah, true.
But yeah, I just I never thought I'd say that I actually enjoyed the game that we used to just rip
Mate, I was laughing at that game for 2 years. laughing at his face, pointing it like Nelson and Simpsons, just pointing and laughing. And
if you're smart, if you look around, you can get it pretty cheap now with all the DLC and all that kind of stuff. It's a good game to get now.
It turned around and became essential.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
It's better than Starlight Express, whatever it's called, on fucking Xbox Starfield. It's better than that.
S-Express.
It's better than that.
But yeah, in between that, I started recently Tiny Tina's Wonderland. Just playing on my own top, but enjoying it. It's got a good mix of Borderlands loot shooter and the little seasoning of D&D on top.
What is Tiny Tina? What is that? Sorry, I'm sure we've mentioned this, haven't we?
That's the D&D style Borderlands spin-off.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically Borderlands.
I forget that Biggie
with
loves
a
them games, doesn't he?
Sprinkle of D&D. The D&D isn't really, at this point, I've found so far, having a massive impact on how the game works. It's still very much a Borderlands looter shooter. It's just nice to have the other world on top of the world and having the characters interact with you. The humour is all the same. It's quite juvenile in a lot of places, but there's times when I'm chuckling away to myself at something that's said or something that I did.
I feel like it's a bit more juvenile than Borderlands, actually. I think it's maybe aims a little bit more to a younger audience.
Mm.
It's mad that they got Andy Samberg, Wanda Sykes, and what's his face? They got like famous Saturday Night Live actors in there.
I really enjoyed it.
I've got to go through them all. Oh.
No. Trying to remember the one that was in the one that played Batman in Lego Batman. Fuck's sake.
Oh, Will Arnett.
That's him. Yeah. Yeah, he plays the baddie.
Darkness.
He plays what? Is he Dragon Lord? Is he?
Yes, it's Will Arnett.
Oh wow, I didn't realise that. Oh, that's cool.
I think
he's quite a funny character, actually.
I think the trouble with Tiny Tina is it's very easy to become OP. Or maybe I just did it by accident, but just the right
maybe you're just
setup
really good at games, Candy.
I'm not.
Maybe
I'm
you
really
are.
not. No,
but it's because a lot of the game is quite randomized. Like there's a lot of procedural generation to some of the combat.
So you might unlock something brilliant.
Yeah, and there's obviously all the RNG around your pickups and stuff like that. So like you can get really strong weapons quite early on.
It's the problem I've got with this series. Like I played a couple of hours of 2 and the pre-sequel, and I hate the dialogue and the humor. I just fucking can't stand it. And it puts me off.
You'll hate Wonderland then.
You won't like it. Because you either like it or you don't. But I love
the loop of the game.
I thought that was fantastic.
Perfect for me. The loop's perfect for me. Get new gear, put new gear on, enjoy new gear. But the fucking that little robot is annoying. oh no, I'm stuck in the sand.
You see, I like Claptrap. It appeals to me for some reason. I dig Claptrap, but I didn't like 3. 3, there was no joy to the characters that you played. There was just
maybe
no
I'll play 3 then if there's no joy.
Yeah, you probably like that more than
maybe I like it.
Claptrap's still in 3 though.
Oh god, I don't know what it is about it. He just put me off, but.
Well, he's annoying, but he's meant to be. That's the point. He's
not him, not just him. Character. The whole thing. Ugh.
Anyway, next. I played the Ascent briefly. Played that with a three-way local co-op. Yeah, it's looks great, plays really well. Got a few gripes though. If there's three of you playing that. If there's 3 of you playing that on like a sofa in a lounge, then you've got the TV obviously in front of you, and the text is really, really small to read for everybody. You're all leaning forward, having like 3 old men looking at the screen, like what the fuck is that?
Mate, I couldn't see shit when I was playing it on my own, single player, right next to my monitor. I was like, this is fucking small.
I struggled reading the text on my PC monitor, like fucking 30
It's a great game, and the DLC's phenomenal.
And the main hub area, when you first turn up there after you've been doing your first initial run around, I appreciate what they were trying to do, but it was massive. So big. There's just no directions. The map is appalling because you can't click and say, I want to run here. You've got no sense of direction of where you need to go. That's pretty harsh. But the worst thing about this is if you play it in local co-op, and there were 3 of us playing this, bear this in mind, that you all have red laser sights to fire with. So when you're in fire in the middle of a battle, you have no idea who's shooting where because the the red light. You can't change the colour. So all three of you using the same thing, firing around you. It's a nightmare. I can't believe.
I can
that's not
imagine
an
it's
option.
quite hectic. I completed
Yes.
the game on my own completely, but I can imagine three of you just. I can imagine it's
It's just a mess. But there is something about it that we've kept it as like a game that when we're all three of us.
It's a great
together.
world, isn't it, that they've created?
I like it. I like what they've done with that. I do like that. But
Yeah.
it looks stunning. It's and the sound's really good as well. Very quickly, I played Returnal for the first time. Made it to the first house. If that makes sense to anyone that's played it.
It
does.
does. Makes sense.
You've done about 2 minutes of the game then.
Yeah,
Yep.
literally.
But I enjoyed what I played. I thought,
It's a great game.
It's cool.
Great game.
I'm looking forward to going back to that and playing a bit more of that.
One of the better PS5 showcases, to be honest.
I got gifted it on Steam over Christmas. I'm going to have to try it on PC, see what it's like.
Ooh, I bet it's lovely on PC.
And I
With
was
a- with a
listening
mouse.
to Kane and Rince podcast, and they were talking about Super Metroid, and they said the only thing they could think of that might resemble it nowadays is there's a bit of Returnal. And I started playing
True.
Returnal, and I suddenly thought, yeah, I get what they mean.
Yeah,
I can see that, yeah.
I
It
can
makes
feel
sense.
that, and I've always loved Metroid, so I think Returnal kind of clicked.
If you liked Returnal and you enjoyed what you played, play Hades as well.
Oh wow,
Hades
really?
is- Yeah. Hades pretends it's not the game it is, but when you're playing it, you're like, you're this game. It's a loop game.
Oh, it's a roguelike.
Yeah, it's perfect. I think Hades is an essential game. I think you'd love that. And it's
It's also horny as fuck.
It's horny as fuck.
You had me at hello.
Yeah. I think I can see you in a few weeks' time saying, I've beat Hades and I adored it. I genuinely, Biggie, I think you'll get hooked on it after your first few runs. It's one of those roguelikes that
I
doesn't
think it's
waste
quite
it.
cheap actually at the minute.
It doesn't waste your time. If you die, you still progress.
Yeah.
Cool. And the last thing I want
Returnal's
to
a
very
bit like
quickly
that.
mention is I've been rewatching The Office, the US one,
Oh, it's so good.
up to season 7. Still enjoying it. The relationship is fantastic between Pam and Jim. I might have said it before, but I've just fallen in love with those two again. I think it's so well done. How drawn out
They become the main
it
characters,
works.
don't they? Quite quickly,
But-
they become the main characters in the show.
The background characters again, they get some great moments throughout the series. But fuck me, does Andy Bernard need to die?
I like Andy.
Oh,
great.
every time he starts singing, I want to punch his face in, man. It is so annoying. So annoying.
I love the. Apparently
again,
He's
he's
got great
supposed to
moments.
be.
He has great moments, don't get me wrong.
no, but in real life, Ed Helms is supposed to be quite stoic and quiet.
He is, and he's also a world-class banjo player.
Yeah, he's one of the best in the world. Yeah, he's
but
really a
that's-
quiet
every
bloke.
time he keeps doing those singing riffs, it's just like, oh, shut up. We know you can do it. Stop doing it. Yeah, it's, oh.
I love him. He's brilliant.
No, I hate him, man.
Supposed to hate
Does my
him.
head in. Well, yeah, I guess so. But yeah, it winds me up. But yeah, really enjoyed it. But I haven't got to the bit where Michael Scott leaves and then we got all the weird managers. I remember that being not so great. So
No. There's some funny bits. You get Robert California.
Oh, I do love Robert California. The man's fucking insane.
is that James Spader?
Yeah, James
Yes.
Spader's character, yeah.
Selling
There's loads.
is
There's
like
Will Ferrell,
sex.
isn't there? And there's that annoying Kate, whatever her name is.
Will
Yeah.
Ferrell's only in it for 2 episodes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the Catherine Tate episodes weren't great.
Catherine Tate, that was it. Oh, she's appalling.
She stays
I
in
don't
it though
get
till
her,
the end,
man.
doesn't she? She
I
stays
don't,
in
I
it.
don't find her funny at all.
No, I don't. No, I don't. But you get Kathy Burke, don't you? Is it Kathy Burke? Is that her name?
Mm.
Yeah, I think that's
She's
her
the
name,
CEO of Sabre.
Yeah, Sabre. She's
Or
brilliant.
Sabre, as they first called it.
Sabre. Yeah, it's a great show. It's a great show. Always got time
Have
for
it,
The
yeah.
Office.
That was pretty much my Christmas. and
Have
New
you
Year.
got ADHD, Biggie? Because you've done more than me.
I was just ill, mate. I was recovering throughout
true.
Christmas and New Year. So my daughter was ill, and then we got it from her. So yeah. just
Yeah, kids are
spent a lot of time
mingers. Kids
recovering.
are actually mingers. They eat their own bogies. They're horrible. They're horrible creatures. Cool. Stig hasn't joined us, so I'm sure he's done something riveting. And listening to me talk about him, his ears will be prickling up and be like, I wanted to talk about this. I wanted to talk about. Well, you didn't turn up. Do not. So womp womp. Have we got any feedback?
Well, you know who has turned up? Our listeners.
Always.
So, starting off with that Efkin guy, Dean. He says, things I've been doing this week, aside from going back to work. I've been watching Bobby Fingers videos on YouTube, an incredibly talented model maker who creates insanely detailed dioramas of trash pop culture events.
I watched it.
So he'll construct 1/10 models of Steven Seagal or Mel Gibson from scratch, meticulously paint them, then add them to the scenes. All while providing a narration of the work's details that sometimes devolves into fights about fanny scanners or parody pop songs, and not wanting his best mate from school to have sex with his sister. Then, after painstakingly creating the whole thing, he packs it up in a box and buries it somewhere in the country, the geolocation of which is hidden in the video somewhere.
I think he also did a diorama of Michael Jackson on fire.
Guys,
That did actually happen.
I'm into it.
Pepsi
it did,
commercial. Yeah. Oh, wow, that's good. Bobby Fingers. Okay.
Yeah.
Into it.
It sounds a bit your street oodles.
Also sounds like a rival to Candy, who has got her own YouTube crafty channel, may I add. What is it called again, Candy?
Candy Machine
Fingers.
Studios. Not Candy Fingers, no. Nowhere as near as Bobby Fingers, so manage your expectations.
Yeah, I like it.
Next up is... Someone is editing the document as I'm talking. Who is it?
Me, you missed
don't
that
even know.
bit. You missed that one.
I don't know where the document is.
I didn't miss it. I was going to it next. I just wanted to get the Dean one out.
Oh, I didn't know. You did it in different order, so I thought you missed it.
Guys, we're professional podcasters.
I don't tell you how to do the news.
You do?
No, he doesn't. He doesn't.
No,
He's
Oodles tells you
involved.
how to do the news.
That's
I just
my
correct
job.
your pronunciation.
Next.
Yeah, same.
Couchy Gamer on Twitter has said, finished Gen Z. I think it was Gen V. It was
V.
great. Played a little bit of way too many games. Listened to Pure Dead Gaming podcast and Donny's tweets on the PlayStation Pod. Great week of content.
Into it.
Excellent.
I don't know what
Yeah.
most of that meant, but into it.
Well, Pure Dead
Gamer.
Gaming's a really good podcast. Scottish, ranty about games.
I thought we were the same pure. That's a very Scottish word to say.
Xenos has said, this week I've been playing some games I haven't touched in the best part of a decade. My girlfriend has been talking about starting a Minecraft server for some time now, and this week we finally got it running. Being back in the world of caves and creepers is a weird experience after basically 10 years away. So much has changed that almost nothing I remember is relevant anymore. I woke up on an island and punched trees, sure, but now we've travelled miles from our starting position to set up on top of a mountain covered in cherry blossom, and are starting our obligatory ridiculous house project of building a gigantic tree on top of the mountain, which also has a convenient ravine underneath for underground expeditions. I'll keep you posted if anything weird happens. However, I did say...
Oh, sorry. Carry on.
However, I did say games, not game. Spent the money I got for Christmas on 3 game collections on Steam. That is, the entire Mega Man Battle Network collection and the
Great.
Mega Man Zero and ZX collection.
Also,
I didn't realise how hard the nostalgia was going to hit me on these, though. When I started up ZX, I spent half an hour just listening to the music player before I started gameplay because it's more or less
good.
the whole game's soundtrack from the start. Shout out to Greengrass Gradation and the Area A theme in particular. I'm much better at them than I was expecting after almost 15 years away from them, and I'm genuinely surprised at how much I remember and how much I've had enough muscle memory to find stuff without looking it up. I even managed to get lost looking for one of the upgrades and wander into it by accident. Weirdly, the one thing I don't remember is that the sequel to ZX Advent, has voice acting on a lot of the cutscenes.
does.
It's really not great voice acting either.
It isn't.
I'm not sure what the sound director was given the people to work with, but it's almost embarrassingly cheesy.
Don't open that door.
I'm still enjoying the hell out of the games, though. If you've ever been interested in picking them up, they work great with a controller. I'm using a Switch Pro controller with a USB cable. I can't speak for the keyboard and mouse controls, and I'll probably spend the next month or so at least all these because just so many games to get through. But I'm expecting it to take longer than that.
Awesome.
It's something that-
Go on. No, you go on.
Okay, I was just going to say, I mean, you know, I'm a bit of a retro head, and I know Oodles likes his playing around with these little retro machines as well. There's something about 8-bit and 16-bit music that we never really talk about in this pod, really, do we? We don't talk about the old soundtrack.
Hits different, doesn't it? It hits different.
What those musicians had to do with what little they had is just so impressive.
It's insane.
Blows my mind even now to this day. Some of the Commodore 64 music and stuff is just like, wow.
I'm sure it could be a very good Patreon episode where we talk about our best 16-bit music or something like that. Just putting it out there for the patrons to decide. But yeah, going back to Mega Man X, X is notoriously known to be easier than normal Mega Man games, but still, it's still a tough game to relax to, but
Never played
I can relax to it. I can relax to them. The Mega Man games, Rockman, wherever you're playing them or however you're playing them, they're not relaxing. They're horrible.
There are games that actively hate you.
Yeah, apart from 11. 11 was really good. But fucking hell. But I like the X. I like the X games and Battle Network games. They're completely different kettle of fish. They're brilliant. Love a bit of Mega Man.
Where's all the love for Mighty Number 9?
Mighty Number 9. Never played it. I've heard really bad things. But going back as well to his Minecraft chatter, I don't know what the loop is to Minecraft, so I don't know how difficult it is to build stuff and everything. But should we be playing that as a collective and streaming that? Should we be playing some Minecraft?
I think you're welcome to. I've got no interest in Minecraft.
I want us all to do it.
No, but I don't like crafty games. I'm not very.
I'm not. Is that what it is? Is it? I know it's got craft in the title. Is it a crafty game? We have to craft stuff.
Is there mining involved?
I know there's mining involved.
You literally, as you said, you start punching trees and punching rocks to get enough things together to make a pickaxe, which then you start mining with.
I'm not doing
and you start building up and building up and building up.
Isn't there a way where I can just make a giant monolith penis without resources?
Yeah. There's creative mode.
There you go.
I would lose all my time doing that.
I've never played it.
People have done fucking mental things. People have made RAM in it. Like fully functioning RAM.
I know that a computer. I know people have made like Minas Tirith completely.
No, I'm not kidding. Someone has made a computer that plays Minecraft within Minecraft.
I know. I've seen it.
Fucking
But
mental.
Have they done that in free mode, or have they done that by crafting?
Yeah. No, that's in like free creative mode.
I just don't understand what Minecraft is. I don't
understand. Either. I've never played it. I've no interest in it. I don't even do the crafting in Fallout.
My son's always on it.
Fuck off.
Apparently, it's really good in VR.
VR?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Anyway, any more feedback?
Yeah, we've got two more. Next up, Best Boy Angry Kurt. This week I finished watching the excellent Poker Face on Now TV/Sky. If you don't know, it's a TV show written and mostly directed by Ryan Johnson of Knives Out and Glass Onion fame, and has very similar vibes to those films in terms of tone and eccentric characters and great writing. It's about a woman who has the ability to tell when people are lying. Isn't that all women?
Yeah, they're really good at
that. Each episode has a self-contained story, but there is an overarching background narrative throughout too. I loved it and highly recommend it, especially if you enjoyed Knives Out and Glass Onion.
What about that Star Wars film he did?
I liked it.
I liked it too. I like Ryan Johnson. But what's this show on? What's it on Netflix?
It's Now TV or Sky. So it's I think it's HBO.
HBO.
And he finished off saying, I've also been continuing with Lies of Loch Lamora and still very much enjoying it. Get on you, Kurt. It's a great book.
Yeah, I own the first one. I've not even started it.
Now, for our final bit of feedback for the evening, we have, shall we say, a multimedia presentation.
Oh, it's not for Mr. Worldwide, is it?
It's for Mr. Podcast Worldwide himself, yes.
I'll sing a song for my modern pals. I finished Baldur's Gate. Bill Wynn the Bard, he lost an eye when a conversation with a hag went awry. Failed at shagging Handsome Gale, but got some shadow heart tail. I climbed a steeple, blew up mushroom people, and petted Scratch the best good boy. No new game plus, or so it seems. The game's calling me again. 137 hours of stealing cheese. Bardic inspiration made it a breeze. And in Act 3, I spoiled a spoiler and did the spoiler quest. I spoiled a clown's corpse and stroked a bunch of cats. That was the very best. I'll miss them all when I uninstall. Withers, Albert Cub, Volo, and Or in the Red. Even that annoying ginger shit child that I wish I'd left for dead.
There you go. There's Planty's feedback for the week.
Voice
That
of an
man's,
angel.
Clinically insane.
I was talking to him about it, and he said he didn't just want to like send in text like he normally does because it was something like, you know, quite special. Like this is the first time he's beaten a game like Baldur's Gate. So I said, yeah, go on, you're a patron. Why not?
Go on, you're a patron. How do I get rid of this video now?
Let's hope not everybody starts doing feedback like this way.
Excellent, thank you for that. I'm glad you enjoyed the obvious game of the year last year. I can tell you now, I played a Dark Urge playthrough since New Year's, and that makes the game a completely different game. You know that.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I've got the emotional fortitude to do that.
I was like, I'm not going to spoil it for anyone, but that just changes the game completely. It's a bit like a sequel. Do you know what I mean? Like a what if? It really does change everything, and it's wild. It changes endings to acts and stuff like that. It's wild. But yeah, thank you very much for giving us that feedback, Planty, and everyone else. You've been lovely. Again, Kenny Potter should be out by the time you listen to this for patrons, shouldn't it, Candy?
I think so. I think it's coming out
now.
Monday.
We have ended the run and the chat of the films. I have watched every Harry Potter film, but there is another episode to come. Our breakdown of everything we've been through, our journey so far. So it's not over for that spin-off show just yet. Coming up very soon. If you are a patron, please let us know if you enjoyed that and what would you like to see next. We'll probably ignore you. This is usually the end of the show, but before we end it, we take a trip down to a special place where non-snuggets are everywhere and cats are there to be stroked. It's Candyland.
And now, what's up in Candyland?
Yeah, I had another shower thought this week.
Oh no! Wait, that's
Stop
two
having
showers this year. Well done.
I know, I'm doing
New Year's
well.
resolution.
I know. Do you think
Thought bills
fish?
through the roof.
Do you think fish get hiccups?
Right, let's break this
Hold your breath.
down. Let's break this down. So, fish
Yeah, do they scare
extract
each
the
other to get rid of them?
Yeah,
Fish
that's
have
true.
diaphragms. Would
Fish
answer that.
extract oxygen from H2O, don't they? They do breathe oxygen, but they extract it through the water. Oxygen causes hiccups. Do they have lungs? Do fish have lungs? They must
Dunno.
have some kind of lung.
No,
They
they have
just
gills.
Squeeze it through the gills, yeah.
Fish
It's not a lung, a respiratory system.
but they get the oxygen as the water flows through the gills,
Yeah, so it's not a lung bag.
as opposed
like
to a
we've
lung
got.
which pulls it in, then breathes it
Yeah.
out.
So I
They
think
also don't have diaphragms, and it's
There
the
you go.
diaphragm which is what
That's
causes the
That's it.
hiccup.
It's a spasm, isn't it? It's a spasm.
It's a spasm in the diaphragm.
So we've broken it down. It's ruined it, Candy. It's boring, but the answer is no.
No.
Do
Do you
they
know what
fart?
else on the hiccup wagon? I had the hiccups the other day, and I've discovered a new way of getting rid of them. I opened my mouth in the mirror to see if I could see what a hiccup looked like. And I didn't get any
from your
more.
mouth.
I didn't get any more hiccups. They went away.
Do you know what you did? You stretched your mouth and probably stretched your diaphragm while you were doing it.
My mouth isn't attached to my diaphragm.
No, but your body is.
Do you know what does get rid of hiccups though? Like if you get water and you put tissue, you put like kitchen roll over the top, and then You drink through
Oh,
it goes.
Or can
So you waterboard yourself.
Yeah, it works.
There's two other really good ways of getting rid of hiccups. Unless you've got chronic hiccups, and I do apologise if you're suffering with that. Have a drink of water or hold your breath.
No, they don't work.
Yes.
I've always had hiccups after doing that.
No. You mean
You've
you've still got hiccups?
I rather than holding my breath, I empty my lungs, then hold the empty lungs.
Yeah.
So the diaphragm is as relaxed as possible.
It's relaxed. Yeah.
But try the kitchen roll over the water in the.
No, I'm not going to waterboard myself.
It works.
I don't want to reenact 24.
Black site act on myself. I'm not doing it because what if I'm into it? What if I find out I'm into waterboarding?
Also, I love the idea of you trying to see what a hiccup looked like in the mirror. It just it reminds me of that Simpsons gag where Homer walks in and goes, "Oh, my ears are burning." Says, "I wanted to see inside, so I lit a Q-tip on fire."
Yeah.
I imagine they look a bit like boomerangs.
Candy,
Floating
you
boomerangs.
live alone. Well, you've got a feline friend, but you live alone, don't you?
He gets hiccups as well.
Cats do get hiccups. I know. I've seen that. I've
Yeah, they
been
do.
in the presence of that.
I think Candy actually
cute
lives
when they
with
do.
Panda.
It is really cute when they do. But so you live alone. You talk to the mirror. I'm assuming.
Well, occasionally, yeah. Standing with the man in the...
Do you know how you went out a lot this last week? Carry on doing that because it's better for you.
Not sure about that.
Because I'm worried for you now.
Have you noticed as well, as we get to our old
Here we
age,
go.
you don't get the hiccups, you get a hiccup. No. Like, you don't have, like, you're not old enough then. You don't get the train of hiccups.
Younger than you. I get hiccups for days at a time.
I've grown out
I
of
can
hiccups.
vouch for Candy on this one, actually. It's very true.
What,
they
a
don't
hiccup?
last like they used to. Yep.
Yeah, you go from going every couple of seconds to going,
Now she's got real hiccups.
and that's it.
Yep.
I only tend to get hiccups when I've been drinking a lot of fizzy drinks.
I fart a
only
lot
tend-
more, though. I have noticed that.
Yeah, accidentally.
Have you ever looked in the mirror to
sometimes
see
you
what a
don't even
fart
know
looks
it's
like,
coming.
Candy?
Hey,
Get a mirror down there and see what a fart looks like.
I've lit a fart on fire. I know what it looks like. It goes green. Have you ever done that? As well
Yeah,
goes
mate. It's brilliant. Until you set your fucking
arsehole
jeans on fire.
Yeah. Like back to the big
Asshole.
ring.
Thank you for your esteemed Candyland this week, Candy. Can we stop having shower thoughts for a while?
It depends on how many showers a year she takes.
Well, there's at least
I'm just
3 more to come. Got my birthday yet.
Birthday shower. Thank you
And
very
then
much.
there's the big summer scrape.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Thank you, listeners. Thank you. If you are a patron, join us in a few seconds in the green room. If you're not a patron, why not? Look at yourself in the mirror. Check it what a hiccup looks like and ask yourself, why aren't I paying these guys? Because this is good shit. This is really
£5 a month plus VAT is all it costs.
It sounds like a public service announcement. You know, it's like check your testicles for testicular cancer. Check your mouth for a hiccup.
For a hiccup. You never
Next
never
time you're
watch around the
washing your
corner.
hands, sing the happy birthday song and ask yourself why you're not paying us a £5 plus VAT. See you later.
Bye.